Would you dare answer it? Don't go anywhere, because this story is about to blow your mind with spaceships, aliens, and a twist you won't see coming. Cut to thrilling spaceship visuals, so which hook grabs you the most? Want me to tweak any of them to make it even wilder or more intense? Let me know. Just a quick reminder before we get started. Only 4% of my viewers have subscribed to the channel so far. If you enjoy the content, I'd really appreciate it if you could take a moment to hit that subscribe button and support the channel. Thank you so much. Now start amazing the story.
Year 2045. Characters: James, a 28-year-old American scientist at NASA, nerdy but brave. Emma, a tough, sarcastic female pilot with a big heart. Liam, a quirky, fast-talking robotics expert who loves gadgets. It was a freezing morning in March 2045, and James sat slouched in his chair at NASA headquarters in Houston. His desk was a mess: empty coffee cups, crumpled notes, and a flickering screen showing galaxy maps. He rubbed his tired eyes, his glasses fogging up from lack of sleep. Last night, at exactly 3:07 a.m., something bizarre had happened. A signal, a weird pulsing blip, showed up on his radar. It wasn't from Earth's satellites, not from the Mars colonies, not from anything human. It lasted 10 seconds, then poof, gone. "What the heck is this thing?" James mumbled, pushing his messy brown hair back. He wasn't just some lab geek. He was part of NASA's EXO search crew, a secret team hunting for alien life. For years, they'd found zip, nada, just space dust and silence. But this felt different. His gut churned with a mix of excitement and nerves. The door banged open, and Emma stormed in, her boots clomping on the tile floor. She was tall, with blonde hair tied back tight, and her blue eyes sparkled with that "I've seen it all" vibe. She'd flown spaceships to Mars 3 times and lived to brag about it. "James, you still staring at that screen? Did you figure out that signal yet?" she asked, tossing her jacket on a chair. "Yeah, but it's freaky," James said, spinning, his chair to face her. He tapped the screen, showing a jagged green line. "It's not ours. Doesn't match anything. Earth, Mars, nothing." Emma leaned in, squinting. "So what? You saying it's little green men?" She smirked, crossing her arms. "Maybe," James said, dead serious. Her smirk dropped fast. A clatter of footsteps interrupted them as Liam burst in, his skinny frame buried under a backpack full of gadgets. His dark hair stuck up like he'd just rolled out of bed, and he was grinning like a kid with a new toy. "Yo, I heard you guys talking signals. I ran the data. Check this." He plopped his laptop on the desk and pulled up a map. "It's coming from near Saturn, like way out there. But there's nothing on our charts. No probes, no ships, zilch." "Saturn?" Emma frowned, leaning closer. "That's crazy. We've barely touched Jupiter, let alone Saturn." "Exactly," James said, his voice low. "Something's out there, and it's not us." They huddled around Liam's laptop, the room buzzing with tension. James's fingers twitched. He wanted to know more. "We've got to check it out," he said finally. Emma raised an eyebrow. "You mean, like, fly out there? To Saturn?" "Yeah, we take a ship, scope it out." "Could be huge," James said, his eyes lighting up. "Dude, you're nuts," Liam laughed, but his grin said he was in. "I'm not saying no, though. I'd kill to see what's sending that vibe." Getting permission wasn't easy. James called. Their boss, Director Henry, a gruff old guy who hated surprises. "Sir, we picked up a weird signal near Saturn," James said, pacing the room. "We just want to take the Star Voyager for a quick look." "Routine stuff." Henry's voice crackled through the phone. "Routine, huh? You better not blow anything up, James. This is on you." "Yes, sir," James said, hanging up fast before Henry changed his mind. Next morning, they climbed into the Star Voyager, a slick silver ship built for speed. Emma slid into the pilot seat, cracking her knuckles. "Buckle up, boys. This ain't a joyride." Liam fiddled with his drones in the back, muttering about battery life while James sat up front, eyes glued to the signal tracker. Hours ticked by as they zipped through space. The stars blurred past, and the silence got heavy. "You ever think we'd actually find something?" Liam asked, breaking the quiet. "Not like this," James admitted. "I figured it'd be rocks or radio waves, not whatever this is." Emma chuckled. "Well, if it's aliens, I'm punching first, asking later. Then they saw it. Near, Saturn's glowing rings floated a spaceship. Huge, shimmering, and totally alien. Its surface glowed with strange, shifting symbols, like it was breathing. It wasn't boxy or sleek like human ships. It curved and pulsed, alive in a way that made their skin crawl. "Holy crap," Emma whispered, her hands frozen on the controls. "What is that?" "We've got to get closer," James said, his voice barely steady. His heart slammed against his ribs. "Are you for real?" Liam squeaked. "We don't even know if it's friendly." "That's why we're here," James shot back, leaning forward. "To figure it out." Emma took a deep breath and nudged the Star Voyager closer. The alien ship's side slid open, revealing a dark, glowing hatch. It wasn't just an entrance. It felt like an invitation. "Okay, that's creepy," Liam said, gripping his seat. "No kidding," Emma muttered. "But we're going in, right?" James nodded, swallowing hard. "Yeah, we're going in." The Star Voyager drifted toward the alien ship's open hatch, its engines humming nervously. James gripped the armrests, his palms sweaty inside his gloves. Emma's jaw was tight, her eyes darting between the controls and the glowing entrance ahead. Liam, in the back, clutched his drone like a lifeline, muttering, "This is fine, totally fine," over and over. "Emma, ease up," James said, his voice cracking. "We don't know what's in there." "I'm trying, dude," she snapped, her fingers dancing on the panel. "This thing's got a mind of its own. It's sucking us in." A jolt rocked the ship and they slid inside. The hatch snapped, shut behind them with a low, eerie clang. The view of Saturn's rings vanished, replaced by a massive hallway glowing with soft blue light. The walls weren't metal. They looked glassy, almost liquid, rippling faintly. "Whoa," Liam breathed, pressing his face to the window. "This isn't a ship. It's alive or something." "Alive or not, we're stuck," Emma said, unbuckling her seatbelt. "We need to figure out what's going on and how to get out." They suited up, bulky space gear with helmets and oxygen. Tanks. James grabbed his scanner, Emma checked her laser gun, and Liam tucked Spark into his pack. "Let's not die, okay?" Liam said, forcing a grin. "No promises." Emma shot back, but she winked to soften it. Stepping out of the Star Voyager, their boots clunked on the floor. A vibration buzzed through their suits, and the walls flared brighter, symbols racing across them like code. James's scanner beeped wildly. "Oxygen's good, 21%. Temp's 68 But there's energy here. Tons of it. My gear can't even measure it." "So we can breathe?" Liam asked, popping his helmet off. He took a big sniff. "Smells like rain?" "Keep it on, genius," Emma said, smacking his arm. "We don't know if it's safe long term." They crept forward, the hallway stretching endlessly. James kept glancing at the walls, his nerd brain on overdrive. "These symbols, they're not random. It's like a language or a system waking up." "What, you think it knows we're here?" Emma asked, her gun ready. "Maybe," James said. "Maybe it's watching us." The hall opened into a giant dome, its ceiling lost in shadows way above. In the middle sat a platform, and above it floated a crystal, bright, pulsing, about the size of a basketball. It hummed softly, sending chills down their spines. "Okay, that's cool and terrifying," Liam said, stepping closer. He reached out, mesmerized. "Don't touch it!" James yanked him back. "We don't know what it'll do." Too late. A beam of light shot from the crystal, blinding them for a second. When their eyes cleared, a hologram stood there. A figure, made of pure light. No face, no body, just energy. It didn't move, but they felt it staring. Who are you?" James stammered, stepping forward. His voice echoed in the dome. No sound came out loud, but a deep, calm voice filled their heads. "I am the Guardian, keeper of your universe. Why are you here?" Emma flinched, grabbing her helmet. "Did you guys hear that?" "Yeah," Liam said wide-eyed. "It's in my brain." "We followed a signal," James said, trying to sound brave. "Was that you?" "Yes," the Guardian answered. "I called you because your world is in danger." "Danger?" Emma lowered her gun, her voice sharp. "What kind of danger?" The Guardian's light pulsed slow and steady. "Another ship. It's heading for Earth. If it reaches your planet, everything you know will end." "What?" Liam yelped. "Like, boom, no more Earth?" "Yes," the Guardian said. unless it stopped. How do we stop it? James asked. His mind racing. You must help me, the Guardian said. But first, you need to prove you're worthy. Before they could ask more, the floor rumbled. Metal arms, long, shiny, and tipped with claws, burst from the ground, lunging at them. The dome shook, dust falling from the unseen ceiling. What the heck? Emma shouted, dodging one. This is your test, the Guardian's voice boomed in their heads. Survive, and we'll save your world together. The arms swung fast, and the three of them scattered, hearts pounding. This wasn't just a mission anymore. It was a fight for their lives. The metal arms slashed through the air, their claws glinting in the dome's blue glow. James dove behind the platform, his scanner slipping from his sweaty hands. Emma rolled to the side, her suit's shield flickering on just in time to block a hit. Liam tripped over his own feet, scrambling back as an arm smashed the floor where he'd been standing. The Guardian's hologram watched from above, its light fading like it didn't care. Survive, and we'll save your world. Its voice echoed in their skulls, cold and unbothered. What kind of stupid test is this? Emma yelled, pulling out her laser gun. She fired at an arm. Bright red beams zapped through the air, but the metal didn't budge. Instead, it glowed hotter, like it ate the energy. Oh, come on! It's not regular metal, Liam shouted, digging into his pack. He yanked out Spark, his little drone, and tossed it up. Scan him, buddy. Tell me something. Spark zipped around, dodging claws, its blue light sweeping over the arms. Liam's handheld screen lit up with data. Whoa, it's organic! Like living cells fused with tech. This stuff's nuts. Great. So how do we kill it? James asked, peeking out. An arm swung at his head, and he ducked his glasses, nearly flying off. The ceiling groaned, and more arms sprouted, dozens now, curling toward them like angry snakes. Emma ditched her gun, it was useless, and flipped on her suit's shield full blast. We're screwed unless we think fast, she yelled, shoving Liam out of the way as a claw grazed his shoulder. James's eyes darted to the crystal still hovering above the platform. It pulsed steady like a heartbeat. That thing, it's got to be powering them. If we take it out... Smash it, you mean? Liam cut in, panting. I'm down for smashing. Before they could plan, an arm snagged Liam's leg and yanked him up. Help! Guys! He screamed, flailing like a rag doll. His pack slid off, spilling tools across the floor. Emma didn't hesitate. She hit her suit's jets and launched at the arm, slamming into it with her shield. It creaked but held tight. Hang on, Liam! She grunted, prying at its grip. James grabbed his scanner, aiming it at the crystal. It's pumping energy, tons of it. That's their juice. Then shut it down, Emma shouted, still wrestling the arm. James fumbled in his bag and pulled out an EMP grenade. Small, round, and packed with a punch. This might do it, but if it fries the Guardian too, we're on our own. Do it anyway, Liam yelled, his voice high-pitched as another arm grabbed his arm. I'm not dying here. James took a shaky breath, aimed at the crystal, and lobbed the EMP. It hit with a flash. White light exploded through the dome, blinding them. A loud buzz filled. The air and the crystal went dark. The arms froze mid-swing, then crashed to the floor with a deafening clang. Liam dropped, and Emma caught him just before he face-planted. Did we do it? Liam wheezed, clutching his chest. His suit was scratched, but he was alive. The Guardian's hologram flickered back, now glowing red. You broke my test, it said, its voice sharp, but you haven't proven you're worthy. The real challenge starts now. What? Emma snapped, brushing dust off her suit. We just survived your death trap. The walls melted away, and suddenly they stood in open space. Stars everywhere, cold and endless. Ahead loomed a massive ship, the one the Guardian had warned about. Flames licked its sides, and it roared like a volcano ready to blow. It was headed straight for Earth. This could end your world, the Guardian said, its voice heavy. Stop it, or be destroyed with it. James wiped sweat from his forehead, his mind spinning. Emma clenched her fists, glaring at the beast. Of a ship. Liam just stared, mouth open, like he couldn't believe they were still in this mess. They'd survived the test, but now they faced something way bigger, and they had no clue where to start. Any bright ideas? Emma asked, her voice tight. Not yet, James said, staring at the flaming ship. But we're not giving up? Better think fast, Liam muttered, 'cause that thing looks ticked off. The stakes were sky high, and time was running out. They weren't just fighting for themselves anymore, they were fighting for everyone back home. The flaming ship loomed ahead, a monster tearing through space toward Earth. James, Emma, and Liam floated in the void, the Star Voyager drifting nearby. The Guardian's red hologram hovered beside them, its voice colder than the vacuum around them. "Stop it, or be destroyed with it," it said, then blinked out. "We're so screwed," Liam said, his voice shaking. "That thing's a freaking battleship, and we've got... what? A scout ship and some toys?" "We've got guts," Emma shot back, checking her suit's jets. "The Star Voyager still flies. We can use it." James scanned the beast with his handheld device, his glasses fogging up from his quick breaths. "It's loaded with energy. Crazy levels. There's got to be a weak spot. I say we go inside." "Inside that?" Liam's eyes bulged. "You've lost it, man. If we hit it from out here, we're toast," James said, his voice firm despite the fear clawing at him. "Inside's our only shot. Maybe there's a core or something we can shut down." Emma nodded, already moving to the Star Voyager's controls. "Risky, but I'm in. Let's move before it gets closer to home." "This is a bad horror movie waiting to happen," Liam groaned, but he followed, dragging his pack along. Emma gunned the engines, and they sped toward the fiery ship. As they got close, a jagged hatch yawned open, spewing heat and light. "It's letting us in," Emma said, her hand steady on the stick. "That's either good or really, really bad." "Definitely bad," Liam muttered, buckling in tight. They slipped inside, and the hatch slammed shut. The air hummed with heat, and they landed in a massive chamber. The walls pulsed with red, vein-like tubes, twisting like they were alive. In the center throbbed a giant core, tall as a house, glowing red-hot, spitting sparks. "That's the heart," James said, stepping out with his scanner. "If we kill it, maybe the whole thing stops." Before he could finish, the floor quaked. Spider-like robots scuttled from the walls, black, shiny, with claws snapping. "Incoming!" Emma shouted, firing her laser. This time it worked. A bot exploded in sparks. "Finally, something that dies!" Liam sent Spark whirring up. "Hit their joints! That's where they break!" The fight was chaos. James blasted a bot creeping up on him, its claw inches from his leg. Emma spun and fired, her shield flashing as she blocked hits. Liam ducked behind the Star Voyager, shouting directions to Spark. But the bots kept coming, and the core pulsed louder, like it knew they were there. Liam darted toward it, dodging claws. "I'll shut it down!" he yelled, but a bolt of lightning shot from the core, hurling him back. He hit the floor hard, groaning. "Ow! It's got a force field or something." "Then we overload it," James said, pulling out his last EMP. "Feed its own power back into it." "That could blow us up too," Emma warned, blasting another bot. "No choice." James shouted, "Cover me!" Emma and Liam teamed up, drawing the bots away. Emma's shield flickered. She was taking hits, but she kept fighting. Liam threw tools from his pack, distracting the swarm. James sprinted to the core, wired the EMP to its base, and slammed the button. A deafening boom shook the chamber. Light flooded everything, and the core screamed, a high-pitched wail that hurt their ears. The bots collapsed, and the walls trembled. "We did it!" Liam whooped, pumping a fist, but the core flared again, brighter, angrier. The Guardian's voice cut through their heads. "You didn't stop it. You made it faster. It'll hit Earth. In hours." "What the heck?" Emma roared, kicking a dead bot. "You said we could fix this." "I said it's your test," the Guardian replied. "One step left." In a flash, they were back in the Guardian's glowing ship. Its hologram faced them, calm and steady. "This is my ship. I can control it, but you must prove your worth." "We've been jumping through your hoops," James said, his voice raw. "Not enough," the Guardian said. "To stop it, one of you stays. With me, forever." The words hung heavy, sinking into their bones. They'd fought so hard, and now it came to this. Back in the Guardian's ship, the air felt thick, like it was pressing down on them. James, Emma, and Liam stood before the red hologram, its light steady but unfeeling. "To stop it, one of you stays. With me, forever," it repeated, each word a punch to the gut. Nobody spoke. The dome was silent except for the faint hum of the crystal, now dim. They'd fought robots, dodged death, and faced a flaming nightmare, all to save Earth. And now this? James's hands shook. Emma's jaw tightened, and Liam's eyes darted around looking for an escape that wasn't there. "What happens if we stay?" Emma asked, her voice low but steady. She stepped forward, staring the Guardian down. "You. Join me," it said. "Your mind merges with this ship. You live, but not as you are, as a Guardian, keeping the universe in balance." Liam laughed, but it was shaky, almost a sob. "That's not living. That's, I don't know, turning into a computer ghost." "It's sacrifice," the Guardian said, unbothered. "For your planet, for billions of lives." James rubbed his face, his glasses fogging up again. He was a scientist. He solved problems with data, not feelings. But this wasn't a math equation. "There's no other way?" he asked, desperate for a loophole. "No," the Guardian said. "This ship needs a human soul to stop the other. One of you must choose." Emma took a deep breath and stepped up. "I'll do it." "What?" James and Liam yelled at the same time, their voices bouncing off the walls. "I'm a pilot," she said, her tone calm but firm. "I've spent my life taking risks. If I can save Earth, that's what I signed up for." "No way, Emma." Liam grabbed her arm, his eyes wild. "We're a team. We'll figure something else out." "There's no time," she said, pulling free gently. "That thing's hours from home. You two need to get back. Tell NASA. Make sure this wasn't for nothing." James's throat tightened. He'd known Emma for years. Her sarcasm, her guts, the way she'd tease him about his coffee obsession. "You're sure?" he asked, his voice breaking. She smiled, small but real. "Yeah, I've lived out here, in the stars. Might as well stay." The Guardian extended a beam of light, soft and warm, reaching for her. "Come. Your sacrifice is accepted." Emma turned to them, her blue eyes shining. "Don't be idiots." "Without me, okay?" she said, half laughing. Then she stepped into the beam. Her body glowed, then dissolved into sparkles, like fireflies fading away. The dome shook, and outside the flaming ship froze. Its fire died, and it hung still in space. "Emma," Liam whispered, sinking to his knees. Tears streaked his face, smudging the dirt. James knelt beside him, his own eyes burning. "She saved us. All of us." The Guardian's light turned blue, soft and peaceful. "Your world is safe. Return home. But the universe still has secrets. And your story isn't over." In a blink, they were back in the Star Voyager, autopilot kicking in toward Earth. The ride was quiet, heavy with loss. Liam stared at the floor, and James gripped the console, replaying Emma's last smile. When they landed at NASA, they stumbled. Out, exhausted. Director Henry met them, arms crossed. "Where's Emma? What happened out there?" "She's gone," James said, his voice hollow. "She stayed behind to stop an alien ship from wiping us out. We met something. A Guardian," Henry snorted. "You expect me to buy that? No proof? Just a wild story?" "It's the truth," Liam said, glaring. "She's a hero, whether you believe it or not." That night, James sat alone in his office, the dark sky outside dotted with stars. His screen beeped. A new signal. The same weird blip from before. Then, soft and clear, Emma's voice whispered in his head, "James, I'm here. The universe needs us. This isn't the end." He froze, staring at the signal. She was out there, part of something bigger. And whatever came next, he'd be ready, because Emma's fight wasn't over, and neither was his. Thanks for diving into this story with me. Don't miss out on the next one. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think.